Have you ever heard of the Milgram Experiment? I hadn't until a couple of days ago. The Milgram Experiment was a psychological study done by Stanley Milgram in 1961 at Yale University. The experiment was designed to see how far people would go to obey instructions, even if that meant harming another person. There were 40 male volunteers ages 20 to 50. They were recruited under the pretense that the study would be about memory and learning. There were 3 people involved in this study. You had the subject, who didn't know anything that was going on. You had a fake test subject that this subject did know was fake, and you had the experimenter who was running the test. The participant was instructed to give electric shock to the subject if they got answers wrong. The experimenter would urge the subject to keep going even if they didn't want to, but they were never forced to continue with the electric shock. The shocks range from 15 volts, which is very slight, to 450 volts, which is well past unaliving territory. As the volts got higher, the actor would pretend to be electrocuted, and their reactions got more and more severe. At about 300 volts, the actor would just fall silent. Before this study, the scientists figured that less than 1% of the participants would go past 300, that you would have to be an absolute psychopath and want to hurt people to go that far. The results of the study were that 100% of the participants administered at least 300 volts. Many of the participants were distressed, but the experimenter just told them the experiment needs you to continue, and they did. And what's even more shocking, 65% of the participants went all the way to 450 volts. Basically, 26 out of 40 participants were convinced to unalive an innocent person just by being asked to do so. Oh, and all in under an hour. Basically, the statement, "I would never do that," doesn't really mean anything.